All right. My name is Belinda Weaver. My name is Belinda Weaver. I'm here to talk about copywriting, specifically the readability of your copy. Did you know there are actually metrics and tools that you can use to measure the readability of your copy? Because what we have to remember as copywriters is we're not really writing for ourselves, even though our heart sings with the pleasure of writing words. We're not really writing for our clients, we're writing for our clients' customers. So that's who we have to think about when we write. And we know we have to match their vocabulary and their tone of voice. We have to synchronize the tone of voice of the brand with the tone of voice that the readers will understand. We have to connect them emotionally and verbally, but we also have to make sure the words we use and the language and the sentence structure will be readable, because more readable copy is more easily understood. Now, one of the challenges that I've often found as a copywriter is writing straightforward and simple language is often seen as dumbing things down by clients. They get a little nervous that they won't appear professional or clever enough to make the sale. But that's just not true. Making your copy straightforward is not the same as making it dumb. Your goal is to make it as easy to understand and as readable as possible, because when it's readable, it will actually be read. So I mentioned tools that you can test, because a general rule of thumb is that your copy should have a readability score that's suitable for an elementary or primary school level. The more education that's needed to read your copy, the harder it is to read. Now, generally speaking, very easy to read copy has sentences with 8 words or fewer in them. Easy to read has sentences with 9 to 11 words. Fairly easy, 12 to 14. Standard levels of readability, 15 to 17 words in a sentence. These are average sentence lengths and how easy it is to read. Fairly difficult, 18 to 20. Difficult, 22 to 25. Very difficult, 26 to 30 words in a sentence. So we've gone from very easy to read sentences of 8 words or fewer up to very difficult to read sentences with 26 to 30 words. Now, I've talked to you before about mixing up the rhythm in your copy to make it more exciting. And you can do that by having different sentence lengths. And that gives you a lovely varying rhythm, which makes your copy more interesting to read. But if you have lots of long sentences, you're also making your copy more difficult to read. So what are these tools you can use? Well, Hemingway app is a great tool to use, because really long sentences get marked in this red color, and it just highlights where you might need to change a linking word like and, a connector like and replace it with a full stop. Break up one really long sentences into 2 shorter sentences. So that's a really visual tool that can help you pick out some of those long ones. You may want to keep the long sentence, but it's good to have that visual flag to let you know that those are ones that might be more difficult, and they will be more difficult to read. Another tool is called, let me just get it here, readable.io, readable.io. And much like the Hemingway app, you pop your copy in there and it gives you a score. It actually gives you a grade level that is required to read your copy. And as I mentioned, the higher the grade, the more difficult it is to read. So someone needs to be more educated. And even if you are writing copy to an audience who is educated, it doesn't mean you have to write very long sentences and use very complicated language. The simpler and more straightforward the language you can use in your copy, the more understandable it is and the more readable it is. So even though you're writing to professionals, even though you're writing to professionals in a B2B space, they're all going to be smart, right? You still want to write copy that is of an elementary or primary school level, because when you've done that, you have a talking in a straightforward straightforward manner. And if you don't believe me, check out all the massive SaaS, software as a service, and B2B software tools in that space. They all use very clear, very straightforward language, very short sentences, and they still look very professional. So that's my tip for you today. Readable.io and the Hemingway app. Check your sentence lengths. Give yourself a grade score for your copy after you've written it, and see if you've pitched it a little too high to be clear, understandable, and readable. That is my tip for today. I'm Belinda Weaver. This is my page, Copyright Matters. You can get short, smart copywriting tips delivered to your inbox every day when you sign up to my daily draft. Head to copyrightmatters.com. I'll also put a link in the comments. Or you can check out other videos on YouTube or on Facebook. I hope you have a stellar day.